there are people literally praying and hoping and wishing for a friend that's just like you. So make space for the people that are meant to be in your life and stop settling.
Only been a few hours, but it felt like days. Only been days, but it felt like months. Been gone for a year, only know like once. Life moves fast.
Hi everyone, welcome back to the Radiantly Feminine podcast, where we embrace elegance, confidence, and the power of true femininity. I'm your host, Mookie. So whether you're looking to refine your presence, elevate your mindset, or even navigate relationships with ease, this is going to be the place for you to grow and glow. So sit back, relax, and let's unlock your feminine power together. So in today's episode, we are going to talk about how to make friends as an adult. So this is going to involve us talking about curating and maintaining friendships as an adult, healthy friendships as an adult. So let's go ahead and get right into it. So now, I do not mean those surface level friendships that leave you feeling drained after each interaction, or those they speak to me when it's convenient for them types of friendships. I am talking about real deep, soul nourishing friendship, the friends that you can actually grow with. So this is going to involve the friendships where you feel seen, heard, supported, all of the above. And I know it's so hard as an adult to make friends because we have so much going on in our daily life. So without further ado, let's go ahead and actually get into the episode. So the big question is how can we actually curate these friendships as an adult? Now, I want to be real with you guys. It's so hard making friends as an adult because we have so much going on in our daily lives, like I just stated. When we were kids, it was super easy. Like, she likes purple, I like purple. We're best friends by the end of the day. No big deal. But as an adult, no, forget it. There's so much behind the scenes, and there's so much going on in our daily lives where it just makes making friends so hard. And then also, it's like when you make friends, it's like, how do I maintain a healthy relationship with somebody who's not interested in having a healthy friendship? And as adults, we have work, we have schedules, some of us have motherhood, we have healings, and then we have boundaries. The list just goes on and on. Now, and this is why it can feel like friendships are harder to maintain and curate as an adult, because we come with so much layers. Like I said, we have healing, we have boundaries, we have standards. There's so much going on behind the scenes. And then when it actually comes to making friends, we have to find somebody who's in alignment with us. Otherwise, it's not going to work. We're not going to be able to maintain a healthy friendship. Now, I don't say that list of things to make it sound like a bad thing. Those things that we have that go on behind the scenes, the schedules, work, boundaries, healing, all of that, that actually helps us to find people that we are in alignment with. So somebody who's not, somebody who hasn't gone through the same things as us or isn't going through the same things as us, we're not going to be on the same page. So that right there just lets you know that you're not in alignment with certain individuals. Or say you have a certain mindset and they have a different mindset. It's like you guys are not in alignment. So you shouldn't be forcing friendships with people that you're not in alignment with. But all of these things, the boundaries, the healing, the work schedules, all of that helps us to find out who we are in alignment with, so that we can curate healthy friendships. And again, when you find people that you're in alignment with, this is just needing somebody who can match your energy, or finding somebody that can match your energy, and not just keeping people around you for the sake of having company when it's convenient for you, because that doesn't mean you have a healthy friendship with somebody. In order for us to curate healthy friendships, we have to be intentional, and this is going to be especially important when you are meeting new people for the first time. So say you're going out in public and you meet somebody new, you have to be intentional. When meeting, we have to let people see us for us, not some curated version that we want the public to see. No, you have to be intentional, and you have to be your genuine self so that people can know who and what they're dealing with. And then you also have to be willing to see people for who they are, but with love and compassion. With me, honestly, I do have standards in making friends, as everybody should. But for me, I do not invest any time with people that are deeply insecure, because these types of people, they are going to have a lot of problems, and it doesn't have to do with you or the world outside of them. It has to do with their inside world. So their internal their mindset and everything that they have going on internally. So like I said, I like to stay away from these people because it has proven to be a waste of time for me, because what happens is they start to project their problems and their insecurities onto you. And that's what I have experienced throughout the years, and which led me to come to the decision to not invest in people that are deeply insecure, because those insecurities are going to be deeply rooted with some problems that they obviously have not healed from. I've said this a lot on my channel, but it is so important to curate a relationship with yourself if you haven't done so already. So go on solo dates, do things that help you get to know you, and you need to have a relationship with yourself, because it's going to set the foundation for the relationships that you have with people outside of yourself. So the relationship with yourself is the first thing that you need to establish, because you cannot have a healthy relationship with other people. You cannot maintain a healthy relationship with other people if you do not have a healthy relationship with yourself. Now, the big question of the day is, how do we actually make friends as adults? Like, get to the point. I'm getting there. I actually have some simple but very effective ways that I use, or steps that I use, to help me curate and maintain healthy friendships. So first, you have to actually put yourself in environments and communities that reflect who you are, what you value, and this and that. So say if you're into a certain sport, for me, I like running, so I actually feel inclined to join a run club group, so that way I can meet like-minded individuals. This can also look like, say if you like to go to church or a religious temple or anything religious, put yourself in that environment so that way you can meet like-minded people, because like-minded people are more likely to be aligned with you and able to match your energy. So put yourself in spaces that reflect your values and you. So again, that can be wellness events, a book club. I have a list. The gym is a really nice place to meet people, because it's like, these are people in here to take care of themselves. Why wouldn't I want to be friends with somebody who's taking care of themselves? And even parenting groups, it's very important when you have kids to have friends who have kids, because they can be more understanding of your schedule, and when things come up, I'm not saying, like, I'm not trying to discredit anybody who has friends that do not have kids, because I have friends that do not have kids. But it is, if you are a single mother, or, you know, you're navigating parenthood for the first time, it can be hard to, you know, intertwine your life with somebody else who doesn't have kids. Like, maybe you guys can have play dates and, you know, get together when the kids get together, things like that. I'm not saying, like, don't have friends that don't have kids if you're a mother. Like, no, I'm not saying that at all. 2, lead with authenticity. Like I said, you want to be intentional and you want to be your genuine self when you are making new friends. So again, this means you are not presenting some curated version of yourself. You are being authentically you. So you cannot be afraid to show your personality. You cannot be afraid to show who you are. If you are afraid, then go back before all the steps I just listed and establish that relationship with yourself, because that is going to set the foundation for the relationships that you have with other people. If you do not have a healthy relationship with yourself, you probably don't know who the genuine you is. So create that relationship with yourself, so that way you can find out who you genuinely are, and that way you can present yourself in an authentic way when you are meeting new people. And I do want to take a step back, because I forgot to mention, you don't want to make friends, or you want to stop making friends in environments where you previously made friends that you had to cut off. So say for me, I was in my partying phase, I was going out a lot, and I was making friends that were partaking in toxic habits. We were putting ourselves in toxic environments. It was just bad. And I was making friends while I was partying, and these turned out to be like some of the worst friends that I actually had, because it's like they were very male-centered and just seeking outside validation, and I was putting myself in that predicament to, you know, normalize that and do that stuff myself. So if you are somebody who had to cut off friends, stop going back to those same environments where you made those friends that you had to cut off. Because this is just, it's like, you're just going around in a circle. The cycle is just repeating itself over and over and over again. Like, step on the brakes and decide to stop that. altogether. You cannot curate healthy friendships in old environments that were not good for you. But when you are leading with authenticity, you are inviting people to get to know you on a deeper level. So this goes back to setting that intention. I want to be friends with you. So here's me, here I am. I want to get to know you, so maybe we can have a healthy friendship. And like I said, you're inviting people to get to know you on a deeper level. And then also you are removing the space for this to become a surface level friendship, because you guys are going in with the intention that you want this to be a deep, soul nourishing friendship. So lead with authenticity. Number 3, be sure to start small. Friendships do not happen instantly. If they do, slow your roll. Take it one step at a time. Now, it's fine to meet somebody and be like, oh my God, I like her, I want to be friends with her. You still have to get to know each other. So friendships happen moment by moment, day by day. They do not happen instantly like that. You don't get to know everything there is to know about a person instantly. So friendships are not formed instantly. You have to get to know each other. So just take small steps and just remember that friendships form moment by moment, day by day. But you have to remember to be consistent. You can offer small things as well, just to let them know that you are interested. You can offer them a compliment. You can offer an outing, like, let's go grab matcha together. You want to hit this Pilates class with me? This and that. Just something small. Start small and just offer something small. You can even leave them a voice note. Just, hey, how's your day going? This and that. Like, just leave them a voice note. It's a very nice gesture, and it shows that you were genuinely interested in getting to know them and forming a friendship. And I do want to say it's very important to choose the ones that choose you. So using discernment, stop pouring into relationships where you are not receiving equal effort. So choose the people that choose you, not somebody that you're having to chase after, or you're just doing all of the talking, this and that, and doing all of the talking, or vice versa. They are just talking about themselves. It's very self-centered friendship, one-sided friendship. So choose the ones that choose you. Choose the ones that are actually showing effort, equal effort, and you guys are both meeting each other in the middle to put effort into the friendship and to keep it healthy. And honestly, you guys, if you don't know by now, friendships should be adding to your life, not depleting you of your energy or anything. And they should not be making you feel bad about yourself. If you are around people and you leave them feeling bad about yourself, you leave them feeling like you're less than, they did anything to leave you out. I saw this on TikTok. I'm on there more than I like to admit, but I saw this on TikTok where these girls were, it was a trend. They were purposely leaving their friend out and not, allowing them to match them. And I want to say this did happen to me when I was partying and I made party friends. If they are leaving you out, they're not your friend. It's like horrible. That's horrible. And you don't want to be around people that make you feel like you're asking too much. You want to be around people that deeply nourish you, like make you feel supported. So if somebody's making you feel like you're asking too much, that's not the person for you. That's not your friend, the friend that you need. I'm saying something that some people might not agree with, but I think that you can actually heal. I just had a coughing spout. But I think you can heal relationships or reconcile old relationships. So the way I see it is when friendships come to an end, you guys are just going on separate paths. It doesn't necessarily mean that the friendship is over, because your paths can intertwine at another point in the future. Now, I'm not saying that you need to reconcile every relationship that's been flopped, because sometimes people will come back to you because they like the way you made them feel. It doesn't mean that they actually valued you or the connection. But if the connection was healthy and it just ended, I do think that you can heal and reconcile some friendships. Not all, but some. Now, I do want to state that it is your job as a good friend to reduce the ambiguity in the friendship. With romantic relationships, it's so easy to reduce the ambiguity because there's already like set rules. If you guys have that definite, oh, he asked you to be his girlfriend, you asked her to be your girlfriend, we're not going to cheat on each other. We're going to remain loyal. We're going to do this and that. We're going to go on dates, this and that. Platonic friendships, it's like they leave so much in the air. Like, I can just assume whatever. I'm like, I don't know if she's my best friend. Does she consider me her best friend? Am I even her friend? Does she like me? This and that. So your job as a good friend is to reduce the ambiguity in the friendship, so that way you guys have a clear understanding of what the friendship is and where it's headed. Now let's talk about curation. I do not believe in just collecting people and having people at your disposal. I believe in nurturing connections that actually feel good for you to be in. So that means, do I feel seen in this friendship? Can I be soft and honest around them? Is the energy and effort mutual? Because friendships don't work if they're one-sided. You have to be your authentic, genuine self in the friendship, or it's not an actual friendship. It's just somebody getting to know the curated version of you. And then, do you feel seen in this friendship? Does this friendship actually provide value, or do you feel like you were just providing company to this person? So you do have to ask yourself these questions. I will leave the questions in the description if you feel the need to answer them independently. I would like to also hear your thoughts on these questions if you want to answer them in the comments, but I'm not saying that you have to. These are questions that I answered independently on my own, and I'm not going to share my answers in the video. I do think these are important questions to ask yourself, and if your answer is no to any of these questions, it's okay to create some distance and space, because if you answer no, like, there's something in the relationship or the friendship that is not allowing you to have your needs met. And I want you to know it's okay for you to evolve out of old dynamics. Some people just grow apart, and that's okay. Now, I want to say that it is important to take accountability and practice your communication skills and let people know what's going on. I don't think it's healthy to ghost people or be cold or mean or anything like that. Do this in a healthy way. Like I said, some relationships can be reconciled and healed, especially if they were healthy. It's just sometimes people grow apart because they're going on different paths. And so you just want to let them know, hey, I value this friendship. I have grown out of it, this and that. Just let them know. Communicate your needs and what's going on with you. When you are creating space from that person, you're actually making more space or leaving more space for people that you are in better alignment with. And once you do find people that you are in better alignment with, nourish those bonds. Let your friends know that you appreciate them. Celebrate them. Check in on them. Let them know that you need them. Let them know when you're proud, and let them know when you're grateful and appreciative. So I say all of this to say real friendships actually thrive when they are fed real intention. So what I like to do when I meet somebody new the very next day, I try to do this as early as possible, but I just let them know. I reach out to them and I let them know, that's being if I got their contact information, but I let them know that it was very nice meeting them, just so I can set that intention that, hey, I want to get to know you because I think we would be really good friends. So I just like to reach out and just let them know. I'm showing gratitude that I met them. I'm putting in the intention that I would like to be friends. You don't necessarily have to say I want to be friends, but just let them know that it was really nice meeting them and that you would like to hang out in the future. I've been coughing this entire video, so if my voice is going pitchy or whatever, like, that's the reason why. I do want to say it's important, if you want to maintain a healthy friendship, you do have to set boundaries within the connection. You cannot just expect people to know what's going on with you. You cannot expect people to know your triggers, because like I said, friendships are built moment by moment, and we do not meet somebody and know all of their triggers, know all of their boundaries, know all their standards right off rip. You have to set those boundaries as the connection forms. Then this will help you create a healthy and maintain a healthy friendship. So one thing that I like to do, I've recently started doing this because I've realized that it can be a lot for people to take on what you're going through, especially because we all have something going on. I don't care who you are, we all have something going on in our lives. So it can be very inconsiderate to just dump everything onto your friends, especially if it's a new connection. I cannot stand when people trauma dump and you don't even know my freaking birthday or middle name. Like, you're just looking for an audience. You're not looking for a friend. That's like my thoughts when people start trauma dumping. It's important to create space for vulnerability, but if you have something going on that's weighing on you or, is not positive, you want to be sure that you are asking if the person has room for you. This is something that I recently started doing. So I like to ask, hey, do you have room for me? To make sure that they are in the space to receive what I'm about to unload. That's like throwing a ball at somebody without saying catch, and they're not even aware that you're throwing it at them. So just make sure you are not putting too much on your friend. Ask them if they have room for you. That's a healthy way of just saying, hey, I need to speak with you. I need somebody to talk to about this. Now, I did see a creator on TikTok. I will leave all of her information down in the description because I think she has a podcast as well. But I saw a creator talk about the adore practices, and I thought this was perfect to add into this episode because this was really good information. So the adore practices, it's an acronym. It stands for appreciation, desire, openness, reliable, and experiences. So this is going to help you develop closeness and depth in the relationship or the friendship. So the A stands for appreciation. This is when you are showing appreciation and gratitude for them being in your life. Let them know that you value you having them in your life, because these things can go unnoticed or unsaid as time goes on. So just make sure you're doing your part as a good friend to show appreciation every now and then. So this is going to be platonic desire, so relax. But this is going to be desire to get to know each other, putting that intention in, going out with each other, just spending time with each other, and basically just reaching outward. Like, you just desire to, have them in your life. O stands for openness. This is, like I said, not trauma dumping. That's not healthy. But being vulnerable, being able to be vulnerable with one another. The R stands for reliable. So this is going to be trust and consistency. You're remaining consistent in the connection. You are not flaking on your friends. You're not canceling at the last minute because that's inconsiderate. And then you're able to trust each other. So reliable. The E stands for experiences. This is going to be shared experiences. And all of this will allow you to develop a connection at a healthy and gradual pace. It's also important that you acknowledge that healthy friendships require accountability. Now, I know giving grace is very important in friendships because, like I said, everybody has something going on in their life. It doesn't matter who it is, what type of person you are. Somebody has something going on in their life. Everybody has something going on in their life. So, if you're somebody who is not able to maintain the connection right now, if you're not able to make space for your friends, it's not okay to just ghost people or, just keep dangling a carrot. Let them know what's going on. Maybe they'll surprise you in the way they show up. But healthy friendships require accountability. Just let the person know that you're not able to make space for them right now. So in a healthy relationship, you should be able to pour into each other. So what this means is, one, you have that healthy relationship with yourself, but you also are not pouring from an empty cup. You have to nourish yourself. You have to give yourself everything you need so that you can fill your cup and then pour into others.
What's from the line?
Anyone? Just like you're able to stop everything and pour into your romantic relationship, you should be able to pour into your friendships as well. And this is why I like to have small circles, because it's really hard when you have 10, 15, 20 people in your circle. That's a big circle, and that's a lot of different people to pour into. So I like to keep my circle small, so that way I'm making sure I'm not pouring from an empty cup, and then I'm actually able to pour into each connection that I have, each friendship that I have. And then it doesn't become overwhelming or overbearing because my circle is small. I don't need a bunch of friends because to me that just seems like I'm just trying to keep people around to have company so I don't feel lonely and this and that. Let's not forget the energy of friendship. It's naturally feminine. So especially among women, it's nurturing, it's intuitive, it's emotional, and it's sacred. So it's the space where we can hold each other and remind each other of our magics. So the natural energy of friendship is going to be that feminine energy. If you're craving sisterhood or even healing from old friendship wounds, I see you. I'm here for you. I just want you to know you're not too much, you're not too late, and you're not too lonely. There is somebody out there who is craving a friend just like you. So hold out for the people that are meant to be in your life. There are people literally praying and hoping and wishing for a friend that's just like you. So make space for the people that are meant to be in your life and stop settling. And you just have to let yourself be found. If this episode resonated with you, please be sure to subscribe and leave a comment. I would love to hear your thoughts on this topic and how or what you're doing to maintain and curate healthy friendship. I will also, in the description, I will be leaving a lot of information, including journal prompts. That way, if you're, healing from old friendship wounds or trying to find your soul tribe, your people, trust me, these journal prompts are going to be really good for you. So check them out in the description. And we can even carry this conversation over to Instagram. My handles will be in the description as well. So until next time, protect your peace, open your heart, and keep curating a life that loves you back. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.